Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. It's Thursday. Can you tell? No. It's EJ here with Jenny and Shayna, EJ and the girls, and I have a special guest going to make a very small cameo. Uh, Come on behind me. This is Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
Andrew is our new tech, straight from the Dean Landers royal blood. It's not actually Dean's blood, but he comes from the family line. And this kid is a natural salesman. And before we start, he's going to share a little bit about his secrets to selling.
So something I've learned from both my dad and from my grandfather is always every time you're selling, you need to make sure that the customer and yourself are winning. And if you can't both win, then you let them take the win the first time, and then you can both win the next time if that's going to secure the next sale.
And how do you know what would constitute a win for a customer?
So if it solves in our industry, if it solves their problem and is financially possible for them and isn't going to
solve their problem. How do you know what their problem is?
We have to know how to diagnose it and figure out what the problem is. And from talking to the customer to see if it's actually what they want is to fix it, or if what they really want is to buy a new one. So
this kid's a natural.
Nice work.
Do you guys want to let him do the prayer today?
That would be awesome.
You mind?
Yeah.
Don't mind his come over. He's actually not even 24 yet.
You can tell I don't have my grandfather's genetics. Lord God Almighty, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity to serve you at our workplaces. We pray that you would just guide each of us in your will, and that we would honor and glorify your name in everything that we do. And you would give us opportunities to share your word and share the truth of who you are with those around us today, God. We pray this in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Andrew. All right. So, good morning. What
That's a heck of a start to the conversation.
Freestyle
awesome.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Can we have that be a thing? He's going off to do some pliantology or inventory for the next hour until we're done. Good morning, Garrison. Hey, if you guys are watching out there, drop us a comment. Let's be part of the conversation, and let us know who you are, where you're watching from, and we'll put your name up on the screen. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them, and if we like them, we'll answer them. Fair enough. Good morning, Adam. Adam's joining. Waiting for some more. But how are y'all doing today?
I'm all right.
It's a beautiful day outside. It's going to be amazing.
It's a beautiful day to be inside, right?
I actually walked outside. I think it was yesterday, and I turned around and told Tabitha, I said, I'm moving my desk out here. It's going to be out here. We've done that before. Open the garage door and just move some desks out into the garage area.
That's nice.
I can see you doing that and bringing your pups with you.
With my bare feet.
So we had a good day yesterday because we both took the day off and brought home the kids from school. They all finished their exams. And so the house has the most beautiful chaos in it right now. Stuff everywhere, kids everywhere. It's the best. So
I saw your picture of the laundry mountain.
Yeah. That was only a little tiny piece of what came into our house last night. It was crazy. And they did it in the super fast fashion because there was a thunderstorm brewing and ready to happen. So everybody was running into the house and just throwing everything in there. So it was fun.
And you guys have the old school Bosch front load washer and dryer.
Yeah, we have, Bosch is right in our backyard. So there's a lot of Bosch appliances here in Newbern. But yeah, we have that. We have the Bosch dishwasher too.
Mm-hmm. I don't. I have a Speed Queen washer and a Whirlpool dryer.
We recommend Speed Queen to everyone. Those came with the house and they're still kicking. So we're grateful.
All right. And good morning, Joe. Thanks for joining us. Joe Pragner, uh, not Joe Seeley. He's not watching us for some reason.
He's still finishing up our team meeting.
So we're going to talk about sales today. It's my favorite topic. And I'm a little bummed out because Mike and Jason nailed it on Tuesday.
Mm.
They
Well, I'm
nailed
not surprised.
Jason, this is one of Jason's superpowers, and me and him gel really well on this. So some of it may be overlapping, but we'll give it to you from different voices, anyways. Shayna,
Yes,
would you have some word for us?
I do. Proverbs 10:9. The man of integrity walks securely, but he who takes crooked paths will be found out. Now, that would be a good one just because with sales, you need to walk with honesty and integrity. So, and those that aren't, you look around town and you know who they are.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, a lot of people give a negative connotation to sales.
Mhm.
We're kind of biased against sales, the word, the ideal that we have about it, because we all put together that sleazy used car salesman that's selling junk and lying
Pushing.
to get you to believe that you're buying something better than what you are. And we don't do that. We
Yep.
don't teach it. We don't practice it. And we don't condone it at all. So we're going to talk a little bit about, got 3 topics: the psychology of selling, which conveniently there is a book by Brian Tracy called Psychology of Selling. I found that out after I decided I was going to name our topic Psychology of Selling. And I started reading it this morning on the morning run. Service excellence as part of selling, and overcoming objections. So I have okay. Actually, the note I had was for the objection, so we'll do that one last. So the psychology of selling. I'm just going to talk for a little bit, and then I'll let you guys fill in the blanks, and then we'll go to the next topic. Fair enough?
Yeah.
I really, really think about the psychology of selling. So I like to know things about people. I was always interested in sociology and then the psychology. So sociology is kind of like the stereotypes. Stereotypes are fun when used correctly. You can gain a lot of insight from that. For example, marketing. You want to market to a certain type of person, you're stereotyping your ideal client. We're not going to talk about the negative stereotypes, but the psychology of it is thinking, what we got G Money checking in. What's up, Gasper? Hope you get something today, guy. You think about the psychology of that stereotypical customer in each situation. You want to make that connection as soon as you walk in the door, right? Mm-hmm. And hopefully you've built that trust and likability before you get there with your web stuff that we've talked about in past weeks and the phone service that you have, whoever's they're coming into contact with. You're building that up, and then when you get there, you're making that connection personally. Now, Andrew alluded to, and it's what I wanted to get to, is asking questions. In order to know what the psychology of the customer is, you have to know where they're at, who they are, what they're thinking. And the best way to do that is ask questions. A lot of techs want to go out and go straight to the job, the appliance or whatever it is you're fixing. And they just, who cares? I don't care who you are, what you're doing. I'm here to fix it. And they have that thought process. They may not say it, but that's their thought process. And the personal stuff matters. Mm-hmm. You want to know what's going on in their life in order for you to empathize with the situation they have. Why is it that they are panicking over a dishwasher not working when we've all grew up washing our own dishes by hand? Why is this a catastrophe? Uh, what is their priorities? You can gather this without asking that direct question. What's their priorities? What do they want to happen here? Uh, why is this a problem? And what I'm doing in this and the psychology of it is I'm putting together a picture of their life before, during, and after the repair service. What is it I'm actually doing? I'm not just fixing an appliance, I'm fixing their life.
Mm-hmm.
And our EJ's Appliance Repairs tagline is bringing appliances back to life so you can get back to yours. That's all they care about. They want to get back to their life. They want to have as little disruption as possible, and they want you to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really care about anything else. Now, some people care a little bit more about price. Some care a little bit more about the speed. And you have to ask these questions to find out what it is. So go ahead. What are you guys thinking on this?
Well, I like the part about asking questions, and I like the part about the know, like, and trust factor that you mentioned, because people want to do business with people that they can identify with and that they feel like they know something about. That's funny. Probably, well, yeah, probably. I think laundry is also a really big thing, especially if you have kids in the house, because that can pile up so fast. So I think that the psychology of the sale being getting to know the problem and their mission, because what popped in my head is if you're getting ready to sell your house, you don't necessarily like need all new stuff. You need it to work so that it can pass inspection, or, you know, like you don't might not want to buy the most high end thing, but you might want a recommendation from your technician about like, what's the cheapest thing I can get by that will work for the new homeowner and stuff like that. So there's an opportunity to really educate people that might go beyond just the repair to build the relationship with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Shane?
I was gonna say the relationship is so important, but like you said, the relationship starts way before you even walk in the door. And it really truly, even the CSRs could actually even still have a push to the technicians on how they should act. And sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. You know, I remember Jason walking in and when he was younger in the sales, and he would almost you, like anybody, you want to stereotype, right? You want to put people in a box. You can or can't afford this, or you don't need this, and you try to make the decision for them. When really, in all reality, like what is it that they want? Like money aside, what is it that they want? Do they want it fixed, or do they want to go buy a new one? And really, truly, I liked what Andrew said earlier about, you know, letting them win. You also have to make sure that you're not losing that bad in order to let them win. Um, but letting them win really, truly is about knowing who that customer is and what do they want and what is best for them. And sometimes they don't know, and so you're trying to figure that out. But yeah, that's
Well, that would be offering options. And EJ, that's something that you've talked about in the mastermind a few times, and even on here, is letting them choose, but giving them a couple of really good options that they can pick from, and instead of choosing for them. And like, you can say what you might do, but ultimately it's up to them what works best for their life right now.
yeah.
And Jason doesn't use the word options, does he, Shayna?
No, but I don't remember the word he uses.
Oh,
Oh man,
solutions.
solutions. There we go.
Solutions. But
I like that.
and he hammers that word because he's solving the problem. And
Yeah.
that's what a solution is
Right.
a solution for the problem to be solved. So here's a small snippet of one of the quotes that I have. And this is from Andrew Nisbet, whoever that is. He wrote an article about objections. And I won't get into the objection side yet, but it says understanding the customer's needs and pain and then providing solutions accordingly. So one of the things, I'm getting out of line because I keep wanting to go to the objections.
Well, let's power through the next topic, and then you can spend all the time you want on objections.
Because you know what, objections is the part where people get the most nervous. Okay, so we do want to hit some on that. Yeah. So the next part of it is service excellence. That's the part that everybody gets. The service side, the tech side, though. But there's more to service than just the tech side. Mm-hmm. So service is providing for their needs. Part of the service is the experience. While I'm coming in the door, making that connection, small talk is what it seems like to them. I'm asking questions, getting them to engage. What's really happening is I'm gaining intel. I'm gathering information to know how I can serve them the best. Because here's the thing that people don't get, and I've said this a bunch of times. When they call you, they need service. If they've called you, they've picked you. They've already liked enough of what they saw that they called you. They made an appointment. They have an expectation. So in the dishwasher example, their dishwasher is not working. For whatever reason, it's wrecked their entire life. Mm-hmm. Okay? We're not there to judge. We're there to be the solution. So while I'm going there, I know that they want me to fix this dishwasher. They want me to. All I have to do is close. And when I have that mentality, all I got to do is figure out what it is their problem is. And I'm not talking the tech side. Why is this a catastrophe for them? And what is their current situation? I'm feeling out without asking directly, what do you want me to do? Because they don't know. Mm-hmm. I have to put that together in the psychology side. It's part of my service. This is part of the experience we deliver. Anybody can go fix your dishwasher. I'm going to provide a solution that meets your needs. One of my brand promises is customer service tailored to your specific needs. Okay. Part of that is understanding how to go about this process, not how to fix the dishwasher, but how to provide the best solution for them. So the rest of it is just intangible stuff. We just want to know how to fix their problem. Now we've covered asking the questions to understand it. Now we get into providing the solutions.
And the solution might not be that we fix it for them. The solution for them might be that we give them advice on a new thing to buy or, a different path. I'm thinking as you're sharing all of this, EJ, that this episode is a really, really good episode to play back during a team meeting or to assign to your technicians and your sales team to listen to, because you've just given so many really golden nuggets here. So if you haven't thought of that and you're watching this right now, this is a really easy team meeting that's already done for you. You can just turn it on and play it.
And definitely look at Jason's rendition of this with Mike. I'm just kind of summarizing the stuff they had. They actually had bullet points and everything. Shayna, you guys are a huge part for my team, building that relationship from the start and gathering intel before I get there.
Yeah.
What goes into that for you guys?
Well, I mean, for us, it's really truly about knowing what you want, because every company is different. Although the basics are there, what brand, what's the main problem, but you have additional questions that you want us to ask. There's no cool. What are the questions? The dryers not heeding what are the questions, and you have additional questions that you want. And the more that I can get you what you want, the easier your job is. But we've also had owners that they want to know basically what's the brand, what's the make, and what's the problem. That's it. Don't want to know model numbers. They don't want to know any of that other stuff. Just get us the basic.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if it's us or if it's somebody in the office. Like if that person in the office is not getting what you need in order to do your job and to be able to provide the service and the level of service that you want to provide out in the field, it's about training them also. So so many times we train our technicians, but then we forget about the CSRs answering the phones and the training that they need. Instead, we just get frustrated with them because they don't do their job, but then we don't tell them what they need to do in order to do their job. But they really, truly do set up the technicians for success.
They really do. And one thing that you didn't mention that I want to not miss is you're saying you guys took the time to ask me questions. You paid attention to those answers, and then you formulated the questions to ask my customers.
Yep.
In that process, we build a relationship. Not just me and you as the business owners, but my leads and some of the CSRs, I have relationships with them. They know me. I know them. I love being able to have that conversation with my customer, and they say, yeah, I was talking to Kaylee. Shout out to Kaylee. And she was so nice and helpful and this and that. And yeah. And I can talk about her and tell how much we appreciate having her on the team. But then at the same time, when a customer is frantic and upset, they'll put a little note in there for me. They say, by the way, they're really tore up. And I know to go in, I'm not bombarded and surprised when I walk in the door. That service, that level of service, and I think about it, and I don't want to talk negatively on some of these other companies that you guys are dealing with because they're out there. I know why they don't want the model number. I know why they don't want any extra information. They don't want to get the expectations in their head or the customer's head that it's going to get done this way. Now, me personally, I want all of that information. I want to know how I can best serve the customer with excellence. And part of that is what does it.
So talking about service excellence, something that comes to my mind is making it easy for the customer to do business with you from the beginning to the end. So if reaching you is really difficult, then they're going to move on. If trying to find information about you on the internet is difficult, they're going to move on. If they can't find you online at all, they're going to move on because they want to be able to do some research about you. Like EJ said, they know all about you and they've chosen you by the time they call you. They did that because you gave them information that they could know ahead of time. So all of those little pieces are so important. But then even throughout the whole transaction, being able to present to them, we use the Blue Book, being able to present the options to the customer or the solutions to the customer, giving them those different ways of looking at things and teaching them. All of that is part of the experience. That's making their decision making easy because you're giving them information. And then even as far as like closing and the payment, however you're accepting payments from them, if that's easy, the whole transaction just feels good to them. But if they're like hitting a brick wall every time they're trying to go through the process, it's frustrating. They're not going to have that smooth experience. So all of those little pieces of service excellence, it really does make for that smooth transaction and will turn them into a loyal customer that is shouting from the rooftops about you and bringing new customers in your door.
Let's give Saul a shout out here for giving a shout out to my office help. Saul is a sales rep for Marcone. He says, I recommend my office help to one of my clients because of the very same conversation. He didn't have a good experience with another company he was using, so maybe he reached out. And you know, that's part of the service excellence and knowing who you are. Jenny, you're talking about.
Mhm.
My office help is very present in these industries, not soliciting,
Mhm.
but providing value.
Right.
And you can tell what kind of service they would provide to their clients based off what are they giving away. Jenny's
Mhm.
really good at providing those blog posts to give away information to your customers, and all of that is part of this. So I lost where I was getting ready to go.
Well, you're going to go to objections because we went
Oh,
through
thanks.
service excellence. So go for it, EJ.
Look at that grin on his face.
But okay, so objections. I'm going to read a quote from Bo Bennett, and this is the one that Jason quoted on Tuesday. An objection is not a rejection.
Hmm.
It is simply a request for more information. Now, this next part is from that Andrew Nisbet. He had an article or blog about objections, and I just pulled out a couple paragraphs. Objections aren't personal. They are an insight into the customer's headspace. They let us know that we just haven't gotten the customer believing what we believe. We still haven't transferred the trust. We haven't got them to understand the value of what we do yet. Understanding the customer's need and pain and then providing solutions accordingly. Objections and rejections may sound the same, but get it wrong and you end up a long way from where you and the customer really want to be. One important thing to keep front of mind: before you get customers to believe in what you do, you first have to believe in what you offer. So there's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot to unpack. You have to have that confidence, one, that you're going to solve their problem and that you can stand behind it, and project that level of confidence and trust to transfer it to them. And
So-
you know, all of the stuff we were talking about before leads to that.
I have a question, EJ. So what if, and it's kind of a little bit rhetorical, but like you come to the conclusion that your solution really isn't what the customer needs. So you've built the objection in your mind, and they may choose to still do business with you, but maybe you've recognized that that customer is not your customer.
Yeah.
How do you handle that internal objection?
You know, it's not a quick answer, but it's a conversation, and you ask more questions, get more answers, and then confirm it that that's what they want, and then I move forward into continuing to serve. They're not purchasing my solution, but that doesn't mean I can't serve them with a solution,
Right.
whether it's for pay or not. They're paying me a service charge for me to come out, diagnose, and give them a professional opinion. The labor and parts on top of it is part of my solution. So I owe it to them. We've built a relationship. They trust me.
Mhm.
I owe them what Andrew said. We both have to win. If I win and they lose, then I done wrong.
And they don't feel good.
And I lose, then I done wrong. But I would rather do that
Mm-hmm.
and then not lose, because you know what? When you do the right thing and say, you know what, you're right, I'm not the best solution for you. Here's what you should do, or here's where you should go. we call that customers for life.
Yeah.
I get a lot of 5-star reviews from customers that didn't purchase my solution.
Yeah, EJ, that I think that comes from having an abundance mindset. And you talked about us giving away information in our blog posts. So yes, that's something that I personally live by. I appreciate that. And it's actually really difficult to deal with people who live in a scarcity mindset, for me anyway. But if you didn't make a sale on that, but you gave them something valuable and you built that trust, that know, like, and trust factor, that is a win for you. Even if you didn't get money that time, that's still a win because you're building a currency with that customer, and then they're still going to recommend you to somebody else. So it builds that brand value in your business, which is super valuable. And we give away stuff all the time, information we will answer. And part of our mission statement is that we treat our customers the way we would treat the people we love most. So that means that if I'm talking to my best friend or a family member that I truly love, I'm not going to talk them into a repair that makes money for me if it's not going to be a win for them as well. So exactly to Andrew's point, winning doesn't always mean that you're walking away with a sale or with money coming in that day. Winning could be just that your integrity is out for the world to see.
Yeah.
Amen. Shana, you got anything to add to that before we move on?
No, I mean, yes, but no, I'm like giving away. Like that's really truly how I got started in this, and how Jenny really truly got started with coming up with the Outcome Academy. It was really truly all about Jason and I were giving back to the community. We were giving our stuff away. We were helping owners. And then one day I had another electrician that begged me to run his office at the same time. So you never know, like it's not to give away in order to get.
Yeah.
You never know what pathway the Lord can take you down and where you can actually end up. And listening to God and doing what you're supposed to do and being that person.
Yep. So, Jason alluded to this very, very well on Tuesday. Let's hit this one first. I agree with Miss Jenny. Sometimes not selling is actually selling. And that's coming from a lifelong salesman.
I feel like yes, but not in the spirit of intentionally like looking for something in return. Like you just have to have a giving spirit. Like I don't care. I give away stuff all the time for with the appliance knowledge, but also with Outcome Academy because I want to help somebody and I want to see somebody else win, not because I'm looking for somebody to give something back to me. So that applies in this conversation for appliance advice, walking into a customer's house. Like you truly have to have that heart that you just want to serve them. And if you do that, it comes back to you, but not because that's your goal. Like it just comes back to you because it's blessed to act that way and treat people that way. That's so funny. Thank you, Gasper. Yeah.
I'm going to get to Jason's point, but this is awesome. Gasper G Money Valenti. Google his name, and you'll know exactly who he is.
Don't do it. It's not true.
It's not true, but it's fun. Gasper says he loves my office help, and don't forget Outcome Academy. These two amazing ladies have taken over areas in my business where I struggle. Right people in the right roles.
Thank you.
And that's so true. And I'll tell, I confidently, very confidently recommended my office help to Gasper and several others that have very much benefited from this. And then Jenny, being in our mastermind with Gasper, offered her services for his social media management. And it has given him confidence in his service because he shows who he truly is in a way that he couldn't, because that's not his wheelhouse, or as TK would say, his Gipper wheel, whatever that means. But Jason was talking about the different options. I'm going to say options because customers sometimes want to get quotes. They want options. So we provide a multiple array of solutions. Now, the way electric and plumbing and HVAC kind of differs from appliance repair is it's not a project. It's a repair. There's usually only one option for how to fix it. Maybe two, but usually one main clear option. So the things we do is we offer different solutions for how we do the job. So take apart the part where we're saying, I'm going to replace a drain pump on a dishwasher. I can either replace the drain pump on the dishwasher or I can replace the drain pump on the dishwasher. That ain't nothing, right?
Or replace the dishwasher. But
they're looking for, and replace the dishwasher is one of them, right?
right.
We don't prefer that. We're in the repair business.
Right.
And I explained that. I'm in the repair business. I'm here to save you money. I want to help you keep your dishwasher and not have to go through the process of finding a new one and getting it installed and learning how to operate it and all of this, right? So I combat objections. Remember, it says objections are not rejections. They are a request for more information.
Mm-hmm.
So the best way to overcome objections is to provide the information before you get the objection. I'm getting all of the intel at the beginning and during the interactions. And then when I'm finally ready to provide my solutions to them, I know all I got to do is sit down at the table with them. I like to do that sometimes. Like, you mind if I sit down with you? And I sit at the table or side by side in the living room, and it kind of makes it more personal. And then we can have a talk. My cadence changes, my tone changes, and I'm giving them facts, which are the solutions that I offer. Now, again, I'm only replacing the drain pump. So how many solutions can I have? So we have the repair, and then we have the repair with our service plan. And then we have another option, which is we replace the dishwasher. So I have a series of questions I like to ask when somebody says, what would you do? Or is it worth it? Should I buy a new one? All of those lead to the same thing. And I'm going to go through this scenario. How old is the dishwasher? And you guys answer. How old is your dishwashers?
I have no idea.
30 years old this year.
I have a guy for that, EJ.
Okay. And Jenny's is 5 years old. It's a Bosch. Okay.
Mine's 30 and it's a Bosch. So I'm just saying.
Okay. So I'm taking this information and I'm putting it together in my head to where I can win for me and them, but mostly them by using me. Okay. So there's some, I don't want to say manipulation, but I'm there. They called me to help. So I'm going to skew my answers to me helping them because they called me and they want me to help them. Right. So I say, okay, is it in good condition otherwise? So it's not draining. You need a drain pump, but otherwise, is it in good shape? Does it wash the dishes? Yeah. Okay. Both of you.
Yeah.
Not looking to replace your dishwasher because it sucks. Do you like it?
I do.
Now I get different answers on this. Either yes, I like it, I love it, or I don't really care. It's a dishwasher. Okay.
Well,
Take
I
it
like
with the
the
house.
little rack in the top that comes out and you can put like your spoons on there.
So you
That's
got that one.
Yeah, it's something unique to a dishwasher that I haven't seen before, and I love it. So I wouldn't want to just swap it out for something that didn't have that little feature.
So you like certain things about your dishwasher,
Mm-hmm.
and Shayna likes that she has a dishwasher. Okay. They both matter. Both of these answers matter. Okay. Jenny, I want to help you keep your dishwasher because you really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Shayna, you have a dishwasher and you like that you have a dishwasher. Now, that tells me that you maybe wouldn't like that you have to go get another dishwasher. Now, if you said, I can't stand the thing, it's 30 years old and I hate it, I'm looking for a reason to buy a new one. That's a different answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They called me because their husband wouldn't let them buy one until the technician said, yeah, you should buy one.
Yeah.
So they're looking for me to give them permission. I either can or I can't. And I'll tell them, look, I won't call you crazy, but we can fix it a lot cheaper if you can deal with it. I'll tell for an extra $20, I'll tell your husband whatever you want me to. So how old is it? Is it in good shape otherwise? And do you like it? The fourth bonus question is, if we haven't came to a determination with that, what would you replace it with?
Mm.
So Jenny, you would likely replace yours with one of similar quality or better.
Yeah,
correct?
with the same, same
Same
textures. Mm-hmm. Stainless steel inside. Yeah, there's things that I've become accustomed to in my dishwasher that I wouldn't want to live without.
Do you know how much that dishwasher would cost?
I have no idea.
Okay, Shayna,
Yes.
what would you replace your dishwasher with if you had to?
If I had to, I don't want to go dishwasher shopping.
So would you find the cheapest one to replace it with, easiest to use, or would you upgrade?
Very possibly the cheap. I don't know. The last one I actually purchased actually had some features. I don't remember what it was, so it was too long ago.
So here's
For me,
two options.
It's not the features, it's how well it washes the dishes, because like having a crappy dishwasher that you have to rewash everything from is not good.
Yeah. And the last time we bought one, it was more the middle ground. It wasn't the most expensive. It definitely wasn't the cheapest.
And when you travel and you go to like a place that has it's a resort and they have the cheapest appliances in there, it's disappointing when you're used to a good appliance and you go there and it's a crappy appliance. Yeah.
But
true.
Shayna don't know what she's missing, so she's just happy that it washes dishes. So here's two different scenarios, and we're playing role play here.
Yeah.
They didn't plan this with me. I didn't plan to do this, so you guys are getting the benefit. Two situations. Now I do my research. I go to Lowe's, which is where most people shop. It's not where I recommend you to shop, but that's where most people shop. So that's where I do my research. I know roughly what these things cost. Okay. I know you can buy a dishwasher by definition for $300 to $400. Okay. I know the one that Jenny would want is going to be $800 or more. The one that Shayna would want is probably going to be $600 or so. Okay. Then you got delivery. Maybe they deliver it for free. They're not installing it for free.
Right.
We install for $200. Lowe's installs for $150, but I don't tell them what Lowe's charges because they called me for a solution. Okay. So you got $600 plus tax plus $200 on top of the service charge, right? So how far are you into a dishwasher, Shayna?
Way too much.
$900.
Fix my dishwasher.
Yeah.
$900.
I'm at least $1,000.
And Jenny, how much are you into an $800 dishwasher?
Yeah. I mean, probably $1,100 by the time.
$1,100. So does it make sense for you guys to spend $500 to fix your dishwasher?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people out there that say it's pointless to take dishwasher calls because you can't sell them for over $350. And I do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is. All I did was ask a bunch of questions. I didn't tell you anything. I told you about what the dishwasher you would want to replace yours with. Based off the information you gave me, how much is that going to cost you? And I can look it up on Lowe's right there and show them. I'm going to help you find one. Let's think about it. Now, what if you didn't have $500 today and you said, I don't really have 500 to spend on a dishwasher repair right now. I'll just go buy one on my Lowe's card. Now, what did you tell me there? Did you tell me no? Tell me you can't afford it right now. So you're going to go to this other option where you can pay in smaller chunks. You're going to pay more, but you're going to pay smaller chunks right now. Okay. Well, actually, I understand the situation. I don't really want to drop $500 on a dishwasher today either. I get it. I'm a real person. I have a savings account, but I don't really want to buy a dishwasher right now. We also offer financing. Any repair over $500, we offer financing. We can get you approved in three minutes, and you could pay as little as $20 or $30 a month, just like your credit card. But we solved your problem.
But that's the thing that you made that transaction easier for them. So to that point
earlier, and I did the work to make a solution for them.
Right? Yeah, and you overcame their objection before they even knew it. Like you already walked them through what it would cost to replace it, which is something they're already calculating in their mind, whether it's cheaper to fix it. And then the other piece is educating them whether that repair is going to last them a while or not. Like if it's a patch and they're selling their house, then they might be very happy to invest in a patch that is only going to last 6 months because they don't really care what happens after 6 months. But if they just bought the house, they may want a repair that's lasting or a replacement. So that piece is really important too. Like, how much time is this going to buy them with their appliance?
Excellent. Shayna, what is another common objection that you could think of for that situation?
How about we need to talk to the spouse before we make a decision?
Yeah.
Jason had some really good answers for that, and I was taking notes. Now he had suggested, excellent. I would want to talk to my spouse too. Maybe you want to call her and I can help call him or her and we'll help talk through it, right?
Right.
Now, I didn't do that before, and I might try that. But I would say something like, okay, I understand. What is it that you're leaning towards? What are your concerns that you still have that I could help you answer? And depending on what they say, you're going to get one way or the other. Now, one thing that I hold in my back pocket, and I never try to do this right off the bat, is a discount. Now, Doug and Zach talked about this a little bit too on Monday. If you're justifying the value by lowering the price, you've discounted yourself.
Yeah.
But we've built our prices to allow for a discount. Now, the best way to do it is to offer an extra value. Now, one thing they like about buying a new one is they come with a 1-year warranty. What if I offered a 1-year warranty on this repair? Now, the thing that Jenny brought up is one thing that we teach in the sales presentation. What is the problem? A description of what we found, why we think it happened, what we're going to do to fix it, and why we believe in that repair. So if you believe in what you're offering, as it said here, before you get the customers to believe in what you do, you first have to believe in what you offer.
Yeah.
If you believe in it, why not give it a 1 year? Doug, I think they have an option for a 5-year. Justin Gandy does LG compressors with a 5-year warranty, and people think he's crazy. You know what?
He believes in his work.
And even if it don't last 5 years, who cares, right? Go and handle it. Right? Go take care of it. Follow up. And you know what you get when you give that kind of guarantee?
Loyalty.
You get loyalty from your customer.
Yeah. And also, like, like you said, if it breaks, you go back. That's being a man or a woman of your word and standing behind what you do. And so that sets you apart from all the other people who don't do that. And they might win the sale on price the first time, but they're not going to stand behind their work, and you're going to eventually get that customer. So you just have to be patient, keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, any others?
I think there's so much value and so much gold in this episode. EJ, you did a fantastic job today. Like I want to rewatch this with my team because it just speaks so highly of your integrity as a person and the integrity of the people that we have in our circle and people that are watching this.
Yep.
So
Most definitely.
yeah.
Well, thank you. And thank you, ladies, for contributing and playing along with my role play.
It was
with
fun.
no notice. You know, one thing you guys can do, and you might, Shayna, you guys probably do role play. We did this earlier this week because I got 2 new people, Stephanie in the office and Andrew. And I used Stephanie as the customer for Andrew to pitch a sale. And I had already prepped her with objections. And then I do it with Andrew for me. And I've done it with me being an angry customer to Stephanie. And, you know, that kind of stuff, it feels awkward if you're not that kind of person to just play the game, right? But it gets you outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what's not comfortable is doing it for real.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the first time you do it, you ain't gonna know what to handle.
Yeah, it's like fire extinguisher training. You got to know how to use that fire extinguisher before there's a fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I know I've shown Shayna this video. I don't know if I had Jenny, but there's a guy, Jeremiah Webb. He did a presentation at PSA in Orlando 2 years ago. And I found a video on his YouTube channel. It's called Shop on Fire.
Okay.
And I don't know the name of this video, but it's like 14 minutes long. So if you find it, about halfway through, he handles a disgruntled customer role play. He's the disgruntled customer and the office. So one thing that I gained from this, and you can use it in your sales strategy and overcoming objections, is match their energy. And it don't mean match their attitude, match their personality, match their whatever. It's match the energy.
Yeah.
They're upset. Yeah, you're on that level. Yeah, you're right. We suck. How are we gonna fix it? And it's like a lot of people call with a complaint or an objection for a sale, and they just don't get it. Have you guys ever taken a phone call from a customer where the technician provided the service, they agreed to it and paid it, and then maybe later on that day or the next day they get to thinking about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like mad they paid that much. Yeah.
And then how do you answer that?
Well, I can tell you how Joe answers it. He says, we stand behind what we do. We guarantee our work.
Yeah. So you say, when we give them a price, we don't tell them an hourly wage.
Mm-hmm.
We don't tell them it's going to take about 30 minutes and this is what it's going to cost. Say, this is the cost of the job. Right. And then after they're thinking about it and they say, you know what, I just think, I agreed to it, but $350 for a dryer heating element is just ridiculous. I looked up the part on Amazon after you left and I could get it for $35 and they only took him 15 minutes. There's a lot of being said right there and a lot of tone. It's like, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I hear you. 350 sounds like a lot for 15 minutes of work. Let's go through the process. And then you kind of slowly de-escalate it.
Mhm.
And say, okay, here's the thing. One, we don't use Amazon parts. Okay. We use OEM parts with a 1-year parts warranty, and we give you a 1-year warranty on the labor. This is the level of service we provide, kind of like you're saying. And we kind of de-escalate it a little bit. Now, if you go in like, yeah, you're right, it's probably too much. How about I give you $50 off? Like, they just want to be heard.
Mhm.
They want to understand the value of what they got.
Yeah.
And when that happens, you probably didn't overcome the objections before they came up. They probably don't fully understand what you did to help them. They're correlating it to the amount of time it took and the cheapest way that you could do it. That may not be your customer if they're looking for the cheapest, but
Right.
you have to fully represent whatever it is you're doing for the value that you're doing it for.
Yep.
So I think we've gone an hour now.
right.
We have.
We're ready. Yay, Jay. All right.
That was fantastic.
So watch this episode again with your team. Jenny's gone.
Shayna's gone, but I do have to run. I have to get to work.
Watch the one with Jason too, and we'll close up here. Get to work.
All right.
Awesome.
Have a great day.
Bye,
Oh,
Shayna.
have a good day, you guys.
Bye.
All right.